Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to a very warm summer's day in Western Australia. It is currently 42 degrees Celsius. I'm about 2.5 hours south of Perth, heading to a little town called Wagin, and more specifically to a series of salt lakes south of Wagin, or in that Wagin area. I'm going to do a little bit of scouting. I'll take you along for the ride. We're hoping we might find some pressure ridges, some trees, but until I get there I'm not 100% sure what we're going to find. I'm also going to be meeting up with Virat Shah and Trevor Dobson. It's going to be pretty much an all-night shoot. We hope to shoot a bit of summer Milky Way, some of the Crux region early on. And then finally, as the evening progresses, shoot the rising Milky Way core. So pretty much it's going to be a full evening of shooting, so very much looking forward to it. Anyway, I will catch up with you again when we arrive out at the Salt Lakes. Okay, so this is my first port of call, and to say this is desolate would be an understatement. Other than maybe just the odd sun-bleached tree, there's not a lot of interest here. Can't see any obvious pressure ridges, so time to move on. I'm just going to follow this lake system around and see what else I can find. I've just come out to another lake, and surprise, surprise, this one's actually got water in it, which I was not expecting. So this is quite interesting. It's some rocks just sitting on the edge of the salt lake, and they line up quite nicely. So the Milky Way core will be rising up through this region about 2:30 in the morning. So I think this will certainly make for some interesting foreground elements. And we've got the mandatory dead tree here, which also lines up with the rising Milky Way core. I quite like this tree. I am facing due south at the moment. South celestial pole will be directly above this tree, so this could look pretty cool for circular star trails. As the sun set, we took a few moments to enjoy the tranquility and gentle pastel hues of the twilight. But that all changed in a matter of minutes with the sudden arrival of a 30 km/h easterly wind, making conditions much more challenging for photography. So I've come back to the startup trail tree. and set the Nikon Z30 up, ready to go. And Virat has joined me.
Still my workloads.
And he's got his Z6 II set up with his 14 to 24 Nikon. So one issue we've got at the moment is the wind has just started hammering us. So it is probably blowing a good 30 kilometers an hour from the east. It just came in with a whoosh. So we've set up very low to the ground, hoping that the cameras will stay safe. Okay, so we'll set up the intervalometer now and kick it off, and what will be will be. Virat is setting up his GoPro as another camera for star trails. He's got this tree in his foreground, and he's got it on a little jobby tripod. And what settings are you using here, Virat?
On the night lapse mode, it's shooting at ISO 800, and it's doing every 30-second exposure, and it will keep shooting till the battery dies. So yep, you're into focus, it does its job automatically.
Perfect. That makes life pretty easy.
Yep.
Okay, so we're still out here battling with the wind and setting up the tracker now to shoot the Southern Cross Crux region for a little bit of summer Milky Way goodness. I'm just going to probably do a 20mm and a 35mm, and I'm just going to be focusing in on the actual section of the sky, not doing a whole panorama. And then we've got a nice little tree behind me in the foreground. So yeah, it should be a nice little composition. Okay. Okay, we've just come back to the rock area, and we're just about to shoot our foregrounds here. You can see Virat there in the foreground, just maybe setting himself up, being annoyed by my lights, and I'm setting up back here with 35mm. just spent the last half hour or so playing around trying to shoot this little salt crystal on the edge of the salt lake. So what I was hoping to do was to isolate it just with a little pop of light. I've got the camera set down very low and I've focused on the salt crystal directly in front of it. So the idea was to get the salt crystal in focus and a bit sparkly and have the night sky in the background, a bokeh type effect. I'm not sure whether I've managed to achieve that or not, but we'll see in the end. I think the settings were ISO 800, 60-second exposure and f2 from memory. As I said, just a very quick pop of light with the head torch just to give it a little bit of a highlight. Morning guys, it's the next morning and this is the location that I finished the shoot on last night before I managed to grab a couple of hours sleep. I've just checked out the time lapse from the rising Milky Way core and that all looked pretty good as well. So overall very happy with the night's shoot. I'll wrap it up here and share the images that I haven't already shown you at the end here. Okay, catch you on the next adventure.
How can I